Flyers TV is sponsored by the Bay Hotel.
Todd, a 4-0 win over Coventry. A nice bit of symmetry with the start of the season as well.
Yeah, well, we kept Coventry to no goals in this building all year, which I mean is an accomplishment, but didn't fare so well in their building. But that was 2 big points tonight, and very pleased with the response from the boys tonight after a lackluster performance last night.
Yeah, I mean, just give us your thoughts on last night, because you did run them pretty close in the end.
Yeah, no, I really think that, I mean, I had to watch the game this morning again and look a few things over. I mean, and really reiterated what we had thought initially. I think we went down there possibly thinking that it was just going to happen. Maybe, I don't want to make excuses for these guys, maybe it was a little bit of bus legs, but we certainly weren't on the mark last night, which is a little disappointing because we turned on the gas maybe with about 10 minutes left and we were all over and we left it too little too late. There'll be a few goals that we'd want back, and certainly a few guys were definitely told today that their performance has to be better, and us as a team as well. I mean, if we want to move up the standings in the league and we want to be competitors night in, night out, you have to come to the building every night laying it on the line. And we just didn't do that last night. But we had a good chat in the room before, and I thought that was a mature response from the guys tonight. I mean, even towards the end, they were always just going to take chances. And initially on that 5-on, or that 5-minute penalty, they actually got a couple chances on net. We knew they were going to start flying guys, but we held on to the puck. We waited. We got a power play goal out of it, but we didn't take any undue chances.
Didn't take long for Shane Stockton to get the first goal of the night past Stewart. And I wonder, coming in at the end of that first period, did you feel like there should have been maybe a few more pucks going in?
Absolutely, and I mean that's why Stewart wins them hockey games. He just does. I mean, he's a shot stopper, and I mean he's good at what he does. You have to get traffic in front of him, and you have to get pucks to the side of the net. And we felt that way, but we also identified that we needed to be patient, because you could see towards the end of that first period we started pushing just a little bit, and lo and behold, they're in our end, and they got a few chances off it, whereas we were in full control for the first part of the period. So we weren't perfect tonight, and I said that to the boys, but we competed, and that's the main thing.
When you look at the conference, there's some interesting things happening. You identified it a few weeks ago. You need other people to start beating teams like Braehead and Dundee, and that's what Manchester have done for you this weekend.
Well, the conference is on, right? I mean, we're on top of that conference, and we've been there for a while, and we know, and I've said it many times in the interview with you and Ross, that teams below us have games in hand, but there's a lot of hockey left to be played. We only have 3 conference games. We got to go into 3 buildings and win 3 games, and then let them fall where they may. We're worrying about ourselves, but you can see Manchester have gotten hot. They must have won their last 6. And Braehead, I mean, it's hard to feel sorry for him because we went through injuries through the start of the season, and we had to absorb that, and we took the flack that came with it. All of a sudden, everything's tightened up, and really the top 9 teams here. I mean, Cardiff have had an exceptional season, but it's tight.
You go into Braehead next Saturday night, the only game of the weekend. So as you say, it really is in your hands, isn't it?
Well, certainly the conference games. Like I said, we're in Braehead, we're in Edinburgh, and we're in Manchester. And I don't want to look past any of our games because we got a month and a half left here, and we're going to have to play some of our best hockey. But it has to be consistent. We can't, you see, like even, I'll just give you an example. In Coventry, we have that daft 3 minutes, or whatever it is, 4 minutes. And that's killed us in the past, and forced to take a timeout in the middle of the game and reset, and all of a sudden we kind of get back online, So just it's mental toughness, because you even see tonight, like we're our own worst enemy. Control of the game, control of the puck, and we sometimes make some silly mistakes, and we identify it, we go over it, and Stewie breaks down tape, and we talk about it. We continue to make those mistakes, and that's the frustrating part as a coach and as a coaching staff, just to pull your hair out. But tonight we were much better in that department.
Mentally, does it help the fact that you now this season have been in Braehead and beaten them, and you're going back in there?
I think that's important. I mean, we really swept our season series at home. So at home, we were very strong against them. We ran it close. I think, was it the Friday we went and played them, and it was really a penalty taken with 5 minutes left that was the difference in that game. And then we went and beat them there last weekend, and it was a nail-biter, we know, and we allowed them back in the game. But we ended up winning, so that's great. And you're right, you can take something away from that, knowing that Braehead swept them on a weekend, or not. Manchester swept Braehead on a weekend. It's all about momentum, and we'd like to keep it going against this Braehead team on Saturday.
And meanwhile, Dundee are quietly picking up points as well, which is taking them back above the Flyers in the league.
Well, no, I mean, they've dropped a little bit, but they had Edinburgh this weekend, and I mean, if you're a betting man, you would have bet on them to take 4 points, and that puts them a point ahead of us again. So you're absolutely right. I mean, there's 3 of us looking at that title, and the same thing, I'll say, like Manchester have come on to a game, so they're not going to go away either. So very interesting. We all have to play each other, and there's a lot of hockey left.
And just finally, I mean, tonight's a Sunday night game. We don't have any more Saturday night games in this building. It's sort of Thursdays and Tuesdays. How important is it going to be for the crowd to come out on those nights where they might not normally have been?
Yeah, really important. And we've been playing a lot of better hockey in front of the folks here that pay their wages. And there just seems to be a little bit more. I've been in this building for a lot of years, and expectations are very high in this building. But it's very important. I said this, I think, 2 weeks ago, that the team and the crowd are at one, and you have to work together in that, and it's a very formidable place to come, and I'm telling you, that's why people on other teams come into this building, and we've had some players like Nico's addressed the fact that this was one of the most intimidating places to come that year we went for that playoff drive, and one of the reasons he wanted to come here was he felt that crowd was such a positive influence on the team. We've been at loggerheads at times this season. I mean, and the team's been inconsistent, and we felt the pressure as well. But if we get a good run in here, where the team's playing like they did tonight, and like they have been for the last couple of weeks, us paired together, it's a very formidable place to come, and it's so much enjoyable to play at home and win hockey games, have the crowd on your side, and the boys deserve to go out and maybe celebrate a little bit tonight.